Hello everyone and welcome to This Day. Today is Wednesday, September 6th, and I'm Bobby Higgins. Coming up, we have Jerry Slusa with Pacific Financial Planners. It is Insurance Month, and Jerry will educate us about all the different kinds of insurance, but especially long-term care insurance and insurance on your retirement assets. And after Jerry will introduce a new TV show here on Village TV. It's called How We Met with Cheryl Stritch, and we'll find out all about this romantic new show. And that takes us to today's Stay Informed. United Mutual has its next monthly meeting in next monthly town hall this Friday, September 8th at 2 p.m. in the Performing Arts Center, Clubhouse 3, Dining Room 2. All members and residents are encouraged to attend, and the agenda topic includes finance. So, taking a look at today's weather, it's a little bit cloudy out there this morning, but then we'll have sunshine this afternoon with a high of 77. The marine layer returns Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Thursday is mostly sunny after the fog clears with a high of 81 and a low of 60. Temperatures will keep climbing through the weekend. Friday is sunny with a high of 87, 92, and sunny on Saturday and 91 on Sunday. Summer is not quite over yet, folks. And taking a look at our sunrise and sunset, here is a great picture of some patriotic flags right here in the village provided by Alan Clark. Today's sunrise was at 6:28 a.m. and tonight's sunset will be at 7:10 p.m. If you would like to have your photo featured here on This Day, please email them to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Stay with us because up next we have Pacific Financial Planners. But first, let's take a look at today's meetings.
The Salvation Army Orange County is proud to be a leader in providing comprehensive care to families, men, women, young adults, seniors, and veterans in Orange County. Our shelters provide food, clothing, counseling, housing navigation, and job training. We also provide care through rent and utility assistance, food pantries, anti-trafficking services, adult rehabilitation, and youth programs. Donate today to help families in need and empower individuals towards self-sufficient life.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Life goes by quickly. Enjoy it while you can. At Southern California Family Dentistry, we help you live your best life. Dr. Jahangiri has been serving the community for over 15 years. His #1 priority is your comfort and care. We offer complimentary dental implant consultation. Our implants start at only $9.99. Check out our new patient special. We offer exams and x-rays for $49. We also perform implant-supported dentures and sleep dentistry, all under one roof. Transform your smile. Don't wait. Give us a call today.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now with Pacific Financial Planners is Jerry Slusa. Welcome back. It's so good to see you again.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, Bobby.
Yeah, so tell me, did you do anything fun this Labor Day weekend?
You know, it just took some much needed rest and relaxation. How about you?
Nice. Exactly. I didn't go to any parties or gatherings. I just hung out at home and it was nice, restful. nice restful weekend.
Great.
So last time you were here, you were telling me your daughter's pregnant. Has she had her baby yet, or when did she do?
March 1st is the due date, and next year is a leap year, so we're 1 day plus or minus.
Hoping it's not February 29th. I know, that's funny. Like, you can't turn 1 for 4 years.
Exactly. Well, fewer birthday gifts, so.
Yeah, that's cute. So that'll be your first grandchild?
Yeah, first one.
Aw, how exciting. Well, I wish you guys, your family, all the blessings with that.
Thank you so much.
So apparently it's Insurance Awareness Month. And so for here in the village, one of the life insurance, isn't that a little late for people here in the village?
Well,
or when you're a certain age?
Bobby, yeah, there's all kinds of insurance. Obviously, people have homeowners insurance, they have auto insurance, health insurance, Medicare is a form of insurance. There's insurance on your retirement assets. But yeah, with life insurance, depending on your situation, I mean, if you're not in horrible health and you have some sort of a liability that you want to protect against, life insurance still can play a good part. Or if you want to, figure out a way to leave some sort of an inheritance, it is health related at that point in time. But there's a lot of different types of insurance.
Okay, all right. And you mentioned you can get insurance for your retirement investments. What does that mean?
Well, again, a lot of people, like you said, you have insurance on your car, home, health, etc. You can insure your retirement. There's multiple ways to do that using insurance. And it's this word that a lot of people sometimes shudder when it's spoken, but it's called an annuity. And annuities are actually very, very good. They provide safe, dependable, lifetime income, depending on how you structure it. Now, not all annuities are built the same. Some are good, some are bad. But when someone wins the lottery and they take the payments over the 20 years, that's an annuity. If someone retires and they get a pension for life, everyone who's got a pension out there, you know what they have? They have an annuity. So most people, if you ask them, do you like your pension? They're going to say, I love my pension.
Right.
And so, but they'll go, oh, I hate annuities. But so annuities can be very, very good because they are, like I said, safe, dependable, reliable income, and you could structure that to be lifetime income.
So are there different annuities that some are more risky, some are safer than others?
Yeah, the ones that people talk about generally on TV about, annuities are very expensive and this and that. There's one type called a variable annuity. And in the word variable, it can go up or it can go down, but that they still would provide income for you based on the initial investment. But we don't really deal in that aspect of all because they are expensive. But their annuities come in kind of 2 flavors: immediate income, so you can put your money into an insurance company and they will start providing income to you for the rest of your life, like the pension, like the lottery winnings. And then there's deferred annuities. Deferred means I'm going to put some money in, either stagger it over time or put it all in at once, and then you're going to eventually convert that into income. Now, there's fixed rate and index annuities. So those are the 2 that I specialize in, as well as the immediate annuities, not the variables. I don't really do those anymore. But with the index and the fixed, it just depends on how your returns are. We have 5-year fixed annuities paying 5.25% right now, 5.25% per year with no risk. And you could either take that as income or you can have that defer till a later date when you want income. So annuities are very safe, but they do have somewhat of a bad reputation because people don't understand them.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for clarifying for that. And then what about long-term care? It seems expensive and, a lot of people might not need it. So, is there a solution for that?
Well, Bobby, you're exactly right. If you end up needing long-term care, it is expensive. There's no question about it. This is the number one reason that seniors are going bankrupt faster than any other segment of society. Plus there's that, the baby boomers is a big segment of it all, but they're kind of on the young side of needing long-term care because it's usually in your 80s that this typically happens, although some people might need it in their 60s. But so it's very expensive. So it's how do you pay for it? So everyone should plan for long-term care because, like you just said, Bobby, is not everybody needs it. But the statistics are pretty high that 60 to 70% of anyone age 65 is going to need some form of long-term care for a portion of their life or for the end of their life. So there's ways to do it by buying insurance. So if you use insurance, you're paying pennies on the dollar, as you go forward. Now, the old traditional long-term care was a use it or lose it proposition. They now have new types of long-term care where it's like life insurance with a very low death benefit, but with a very high living benefit to pay for your long-term care. So if you don't need it, it creates all the money you paid in goes to a beneficiary. So it's a much more efficient way, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. But you don't have to use insurance. You should still, even let's say you want to self-insure, which a lot of people do. It's like 80% of people self-insure, but many of those not through planning, but by default. They don't have insurance. Next thing you know, they're in need of long-term care, and they're going, oh gosh, we got to pay for it. So I really strongly recommend that everybody take a look and saying, let's plan for it. Which assets would we sell first? Write it down and insure whoever your caregiver is, whether it's a spouse or a child or a neighbor or whoever, will know what assets to sell should someone need long-term care. It's a subject that people really should spend more time on.
Is there a certain age that you should start thinking about this or planning this or getting the insurance?
It's a better deal if you're in your late 50s and 60s, but you can usually buy it up until age 80, but it's going to be a lot more expensive to buy the insurance. But let's say you end up using, let's say, $160,000 worth of long-term care. That might cost you $100,000. So you're still getting like $60,000 out of the insurance company should you need it. So, but the best time is when you're younger, but that's to buy the insurance. Only 20% of people buy the insurance. What they should do, everyone at any age should make sure they have a plan to pay for the long-term care. And I spend a lot of time talking about financial planning, especially for things like that.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for giving us that. And so the next financial forum is coming up Thursday, September 14th. What are you going to be discussing this month?
Big surprise, insurance, annuities, and long-term care.
Okay.
Again, we're going to educate, just the steps that people need to take, what retirement insurance on your retirement assets mean, and again, whether or not someone needs life insurance, because there are some people who are younger and still certainly healthy enough that if you want to leave a legacy for somebody, insurance can do that, or you can borrow against your insurance policy, income tax free. So we're going to spend some time because it is Insurance Awareness Month.
Okay. And I just realized I wanted to ask a question about the long-term care. How do you know how much you need to have? How much do I need to set aside, make sure I'm going to have if that were to happen? Well,
you can look at today's expenses. Okay, so let's say it's somewhere between the cheapest stuff is maybe $5,000 a month. If you're in a facility, you're $10,000 to $12,000 a month. And then you have to start planning, well, if I'm 60 years old and I need this in 20 years, you kind of apply an inflation rate to that money and you say, how much will $5,000 to $10,000 cost me? Now remember, you've still got your Social Security coming in, you have other income and other assets, so you don't have to necessarily buy enough insurance to pay for all your long-term care, just to supplement those costs down the road. But it's a calculation, reverse math. It's pretty simple.
Is there a certain number of years you should plan for? That's average. Most people, if they need it for 10 years or whatever?
No, much less than that. Generally, a male needs it less than 2 and a female just over 2 years. But the people with the Alzheimer's and those type of things where they're very healthy, but unfortunately their mind is gone, they need even more superior care because they could walk away and things like that. I mean, people have used it for 6 or even 10 years, but to have, somewhere around 3 to 5 years worth of long-term care is usually recommended.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you so much for all the information. I really appreciate it. Such a pleasure.
Bobby.
Always a pleasure to pick your brain.
Well, thank you.
Well, don't forget the Financial Forum is on Thursday, September 14th at 3 p.m. in Clubhouse 7. Definitely stop on by to check that out. Stay with us. We have a new TV show here on Village TV to introduce you to. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. A 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an extra-large touchscreen. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
Hi there, it's Bob Eubanks. You probably know me from the Newlywed Game, but what you may not know is I'm the only living person to have produced a Beatles show all 3 years they toured America. I've put together a great show called Backstage with the Beatles. I tell seldom or never before heard stories that lead up to music with a Beatle band on stage with me, Ticket to Ride. We're going to be here, Laguna Woods, in the Pack, September 23rd at 7 p.m.
At Healing Hearts Emergency Animal Hospital, we are dedicated to emergency veterinary care through high-quality veterinary services and compassion. We offer state-of-the-art diagnostics at competitive pricing. Our doctors will see and care for dogs, cats, and most exotics. In case of emergency, rest assured Healing Hearts Emergency is here for you when your primary veterinarian is closed. Open nights, weekends, and all major holidays.
Dr. Vyas and the OCI Care staff believe in one-on-one care and the patient-physician relationship.
OCI Care was absolutely the most wonderful place I've ever been to as far as being taken care of.
The staff was very friendly and I felt very welcomed and relaxed.
How did I feel about Dr. Vyas? The man is very gentle, he is very caring, and totally involved with detail.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now is the host of How We Met, Cheryl Stritch. Thank you for being here. And along with Cheryl from the show is Annette Berkowitz. So thank you, ladies, for being here this morning. And so, Cheryl, we were just talking. I know your mind's kind of scrambled because she's getting ready to be a grandma again. How exciting.
Yeah, it really is.
So your daughter, you just got the call that she's going to the hospital. She's in labor.
She's in labor.
Well, prayers and blessings that everything, mama and baby, are healthy and that you get out there.
Yes.
And I guess you're going to go soon to go see her.
I am.
So.
Thank you.
So wonderful for your family. So, so Cheryl, tell me, what is How We Met? What is it about?
How We Met is an interview show. I interview couples from Laguna Woods who tell their story about how they met. We were at a brunch, Annette and I were at a brunch, and a bunch of couples were going around the room talking about how they met, and Annette had the cutest story, and that's when I began to think about putting this show together. And it's been great. We're into filming our third episode. The second episode with Annette is on right now.
Now, have you ever had any interview background or anything like this, or you just...
Good question. No, but I do ask a lot of questions. I am pretty
naturally inquisitive.
I am pretty nosy, and I do find out the story.
She does it in a nice way.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. I love how by the way, I love this idea. This is like the kind of show that I would love to produce someday. I love finding people's stories and getting into especially the love stories. Who doesn't? I'm a romantic at heart.
You just find out so much about somebody by the way they met. I mean, okay, so Annette met in the Catskills. She is a Catskill couple. She met her husband there.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's such a cute story. And I'm from New York, and I'd never met anybody who had been a Catskill person, so Catskill couple. So it's I don't know, the whole thing is just really sweet for me because I love finding out about people.
And I watched a little bit of your show with Bernard and Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And I thought their first date they had scheduled was the day that JFK was shot.
Yeah.
And then they said everything was shutting down, and they're like, well, should we still get together? I don't know. And,
Right.
and I guess they changed their plans and did get together, and then now married for 57 years.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
just an incredible idea and incredible story. What is rewarding for you for doing this show? I know you've just started, but
I think it's really neat to find out about people, to share that with the community, because everybody wants to know people's story. And so it's kind of neat to find out their stories and find out who they really were. I mean, Annette shared her pictures, and they're showing right now, but she shared her wedding pictures. And they sort of told a story for me. There they are. They sort of told a story for me, who they were when they were kids.
Looks so
And
different.
you look like 16?
20.
Okay. That's why you look so beautiful now too, because you
you're
look
a
very
sweetheart.
youthful, right? It's at that age, it was always like, no, I want to look older, right? Everybody wants to be at least 21, but looking back, and then you go, well, it's really nice to have had such a youthful look. So, Annette, when is this the show that's airing now?
Yes,
this
it
month?
is. Yeah.
Cheryl, when does the show air?
Oh, the show airs on Mondays at noon and Saturdays at 5:30.
Okay.
All through the month.
And Annette, what did you think when you were on the show?
I thought, number one, I have to tell you, Cheryl made it so comfortable to be there. I have to thank her for that. You know, there was nothing, it was just easy. The story is the story, and I love to tell it anyway. So, and if anybody wants it, all they have to do is watch that, watch it on Wednesdays. And I think it's a fabulous idea. I think the way we met was really interesting, but so many people have met in such interesting ways. I mean, that are different, that are the same, but everybody has their own little bit of difference to it.
Yeah, their own love story.
Right,
And it's
exactly.
always so nice to hear the different stories. And
Right.
and did you learn anything new about your husband when you guys were on the show and telling your different versions?
All right, well, I will tell you something really funny. Cheryl had asked for some pictures. I sent her a slew of pictures, practically my whole album. And one picture in the album, she said, I notice that in one of these family pictures, you're not in the center as the bride. You're kind of off to the side. So what are you talking about? I never noticed that.
Her mother-in-law was in the middle.
That's the thing they do now today, right?
So we went back to the picture, and Jerry and I looked at it, and we got hysterical laughing because smack in the middle is my mother-in-law. And I'm off to the side. She's right. Well, she deserved it. She raised those 6 boys by herself. She's okay.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
great. And so I was curious, by getting to tell your story here with Cheryl, how long had it been since the last time? You said you've told the story several times. I mean,
Well,
had it been a long time since you had reminisced about it, or?
Well, like Cheryl said, I mentioned it when we were at lunch. You know, people talk about how they met, and it's kind of an interesting story, so I do tell it.
Is anyone recognizing you from being on the show yet?
Just friends. Friends who know me and say, oh, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
They still have to see it because this is the beginning of the month. They get to see it all through the month.
Right, we're just starting. So do you have guests lined up for like several months out, or?
Because I wasn't sure about when these babies were coming, I only have people lined up for next month. But that's okay because I know in my mind I have people lined up, but not on paper right now.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you, once you go through all the groups of friends you know and their stories, well, I guess through the show, maybe people will contact you.
People have begun to reach out to me, and at the end of the show, we have actual information that if people want to be on the show, how they can reach us.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
And some of us who have been on the show know people that Cheryl may not know that have really interesting stories as well.
Right.
Oh, this is some great stories for sure, and it's such a wonderful thing to spread this love around. I just think it's such a great idea. Thank you guys for being here.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. So you can watch How We Met with Cheryl Stritch as she interviews couples from here in the Village on Mondays at noon and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Or you can always look up the show anytime on Village Television's YouTube channel. So stay with us. We have movie previews, announcements, and weather coming up right after this.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Hi, I'm Amazing Hearing's first patient. Anne is so compassionate and kind.
10 years ago, Maggie drove nearly 2 hours from her home near the mountains for a routine hearing appointment. Amazing Hearing is proudly celebrating its 10th anniversary of serving you and your hearing healthcare needs. Come into our office and find out why Amazing Hearing has been named the best place to buy a hearing aid in Orange County. We're located in the Trader Joe's El Torito Shopping Center.
Hi, let's take a look at the upcoming movie for Friday. It's Hannah and Her Sisters, and it's a comedy drama starring Mia Farrow, and it's written and directed by Woody Allen, being brought to you by Pacific Financial Planners. 3 successive family Thanksgiving dinners mark time for Hannah, her younger sister Lee, and Holly, and the men in their lives. Lee is having an affair with Hannah's husband. Elliot is trying to end her romance with artist Frederick, and more shenanigans happening. So check out the movie this coming weekend. And taking a look at today's weather, it's a little bit cloudy out there this morning, but we're going to have some sun later in the day. Today will be a high of 77. The marine layer returns tonight and in tomorrow morning, and Thursday will be sunny after the fog clears with a high of 81. And temperatures will keep climbing as we go through the weekend, so it should be a gorgeous, beautiful summer weekend. And taking a look ahead, we have tomorrow on this day, we have Thrive with Joan Milliman and Friends of the Jewish Federation Club. That's it for this day. Be sure to check us out again at 12:30 and 5 p.m. or anytime on Village Television's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bobby Higgins. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box.
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
it's about trust.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.